What's up, guys? It is Jenabeth. It has been 14 years since the last Final Destination installment, and Final Destination Bloodlines is here. And I gotta say, I think this one is my favorite of the series. Now, as a non horror girly, I don't carry too much nostalgia for the previous films, but I do thoroughly enjoy them. They all just kind of have that little popcorn approach to death that's just really riveting. But what Final Destination Bloodlines does well is it takes the elements that worked from the previous films, like the dark comedy without being too goofy, the clever and wit of the first two films, and kind of blends it all together in a good balance that's not leaning too hard in either direction. Final Destination Bloodlines follows Stephanie, played by Kaitlin Santa Juana, who starts getting deadly nightmares about her grandmother and discovers that not only has she been marked for death, but her entire family. Death is coming for the whole bloodline. So we're diving deeper into the lore, and it actually adds some weight to the carnage. First off, Kaitlin Santa Juana does great as our lead protagonist. Her performance is up there with Mary Elizabeth Winstead in Final Destination 3 in terms of me rooting for her, and I thought that she did a great job. Richard Harmon and Breck Bassinger also give us some standout performances. I can't say that this overall cast is as compelling as maybe the overall cast in the first Final Destination film, but the family dynamics here in this movie is what really sells it. This movie stands out from the rest because it's not just another rehash of the formula that we've seen before. It takes the initial concept and puts a new spin on it, and that makes it refreshing. I love how the movie blends the past and the present together, and you can see it play out in cinematic scope. Now let's talk about the death scenes. This movie leans into what we love about Final Destination, the misdirection. You think you know how someone's gonna go out, and then death flips the script and hits you with something totally unexpected. The opening disaster in Final Destination Bloodlines is a banger. However, my biggest gripe is the CGI, specifically in that opening sequence. Of course, going into a horror movie, I am not expecting Avatar level realism, but some of the green screen on there was pretty obvious, and in my opinion, it killed the tension, pun intended, of the stakes. But here's what really surprised me, the emotional weight of this one. You don't typically watch a Final Destination movie for the character arcs, but Bloodlines actually gives us some. We get real family dynamics and a lot more heart than what you typically see in a Final Destination film. We also get a solid scene involving the late Tony Todd that's kind of a nod to his role in this series, and not only a great goodbye to his character, but in a way, him as a person. One thing that's hard to nail down with Final Destination films are the endings. Sometimes they're hit or miss. I actually thought that the ending of Final Destination Bloodlines was satisfying and kind of a little nod to a past Final Destination movie. So be on the lookout for that. For me, Final Destination Bloodlines is fire. I love the added twist of this Bloodlines premise and how it plays out in this family. So, if you are a fan of the Final Destination franchise or just love horror flicks, I highly recommend this movie. And if you're someone that kind of sometimes likes horror but maybe not demonic elements, I'd say this one is a good one for you. Just get ready for some blood and gore and carnage. If you've seen any of the Final Destination movies, drop in the comments what is one of the most memorable deaths from a Final Destination movie. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be posting soon my ranking of all of the Mission Impossible movies leading up to this final installment of Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. And then also be sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I post a lot of short form, informal content on there that does not get posted on my YouTube channel. So be sure to follow me on there at Real Talk Jenabeth. Thanks for tuning into some Real Talk.